Hello, welcome back to another video. It's been a while. I have just been really busy getting back to school, but today I wanted to just pop on here and say a little bit about what I think about before I start a new project. I have not started a new project in a little bit because my sewing machine has been broken, so just been a little bit of a journey to get that all figured out. Just my life has been pretty chaotic, so now that I'm a little bit back to some sort of ordinary, I thought I'd just pop on here and say a little bit about what I think about before starting a new project. So a lot of what I think about has to do with eco-friendliness, more than historical accuracy. I have not been historically sewing for very long. I just started less than a year ago, but I have been sewing for about 5 years now, and most of my materials were either secondhand or in the remnant section of my local fabric store, because of eco-friendly considerations and also because of the price point. But for a while I was thinking about what would be the least expensive, and I still am, because that is an important thing. You don't want to be spending all of your money on fabric, even though there are so many beautiful fabrics out there. And also, I am gifted a lot of fabric by family and friends and people who know I sew. Yeah, I have a lot of beautiful fabrics in my stash, so I try to use what I have before getting something new. Yeah, I try to go for natural fibers because most, all synthetic fibers are not going to break down. They are made from plastics, so for eco-friendly reasons, I try to stick with natural fibers such as linen, cotton, wool, silk. Linen is really the best because it is from a plant that does not use a lot of water. Linen does not take very many resources or supplies to process it. Yeah, linen is great. Cotton uses a lot of water, so I try to stick away from cotton unless it's secondhand. I did not know that for a while, so I do have a fair bit of cotton in my stash, but I would like to use it before trying to just get rid of it, because using what you have is also the best thing you can do environmentally, not using new resources. Also, I try to do stuff that looks good and looks good with my skin tone and will look good with other things I already have, because I want to be able to wear stuff that I make, or give it to somebody who will wear it. So that is another consideration, making sure that it fits with what I already have in my wardrobe, just having other things I can wear with it, whatever garment I'm making. I find that I do have a fairly relaxed style, sometimes, and sometimes it's kind of chaotically over the top. It's very fun. Having fun with fashion is the best thing ever, in my opinion. I do try to source patterns either by making them myself or getting them online for free. There's a bunch of good resources for that. For a lot of different things, you can look at Mood Fabrics, Mood Sewicity patterns. They have a bunch of free patterns you can print out. There's lots of online drafting guides on like archive.org. A bunch of other free resources online for people who are learning to sew. I've been learning to sew for 5 years now, so maybe I'm not just learning anymore. I'm a little bit more of an advanced sewist. I certainly don't know everything, and I don't think I ever will. Sewing is about learning. I think that is an important thing to keep in mind. I kind of hate how my first pair of stays turned out. There's a lot of fit issues, and I did not care about grain lines that much, and I did not think about fabrics, or I should have made a mock-up with that lining that I was slightly touching on. Actually, in the Mending video, I wore the same pair of pants that I'm wearing right now, so I guess I'm loving my closet in that way. I love history though, so I do want to incorporate little bits of that into what I wear. So I have, I've made 6 pirate shirts, but I only have like 3 of them that are in regular wear, mostly because the first few did not turn out how I wanted them to. I do have a lot of fun mixing modern with history, and I guess that's called history bounding. I go for a lot of solid colored fabrics, but sometimes they're yarn dyed, and I try to do a little bit of fun stuff, but not too complicated of patterns. My mom loves complicated prints. I do not. That is a big difference between the two of us. I try to pick things that will challenge me a little bit when I'm starting a new project. I don't love having a super easy project that I know everything that's gonna happen. I'm just like, just gonna do this and then do this, and I already know how all this works. But I mean, it is nice to have that sometimes, but not always. I like a challenge. And I mean, I could sell stuff, but I don't spend that much time finishing edges and all the finishing touches that make a garment seem wearable and fun and good. Yeah. I mean, it is interesting that so often people ask me, did you make that? Did you make that thing that you're wearing? Because I kind of have a reputation for wearing stuff that I made, which I love. I absolutely love that. I was kind of trying to build that reputation, but I didn't really have to try that hard, it seems. I have like lists and lists and lists of things that I want to make. They are kind of chaotic, and I don't know where all of them are, but I have ideas. I always have ideas. So I am never short of ideas for what I should make next. It's really just, what do I have the time for? What do I have the material for? What do I have the patterns for? The finishing things for? Is my sewing machine in operation? That's a big consideration. Will I wear this? I want to make stuff that I will wear. I feel like I do have enough clothes that I don't need to be making more stuff. I already have enough clothes, but it's fun to make more clothes and have more options. Oh, also, this is unrelated, but I was thinking of doing a series here on YouTube, or maybe on Instagram or TikTok or somewhere, about mending clothes, because a big passion of mine is to slow down the fashion industry and trend cycles. I kind of do that by wearing clothes that are not necessarily from this time period. I love vintage, I love history bounding, I love mixing time periods. It's so much fun. You should try it. I was thinking about doing some sort of mending tutorials, alterations tutorials. I still need to learn how to do more tailoring alterations, because I have some blazers and stuff. Fit is something that I'm really still working on. I don't know that much about fit, and I would like to. If you are somebody who's buying $600 worth of Shein, Fashion Nova, whatever other super fast fashion brands there are out there, if you're buying $600 worth of that every single week, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that you have to conform to trends. Trends will come and go, but finding your own style and your own way of being in the world, that can last forever. So consider that. Consider finding your own style and what you like to wear and what looks good on you, what you get complimented in, and maybe slow down the trend cycles and just think about what you like. So just consider that for a second. You can find what you want, but having the fashion industry keep going and going and going, they're just gonna keep making the same things over and over. It's not gonna end up great. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video, maybe learned something or had fun or something. I don't know what today's goal was in today's video. I guess it was just to get a little bit of some sort of ramble that I had in my head out. But maybe you learned something. Maybe you got inspired a little bit to make something. I certainly hope I've inspired myself, because I've been in a bit of a rut lately. But have fun with fashion and have fun with life, and see you next time. And I feel like I have enough clothes that I will wear, that I do wear enough thing. That did not make any sense. So it's really dark out today, so doing the best I can lighting wise. Yeah, I could do like a everything I've made in 2021 video, but that would maybe be a long video because I have made quite a few things, but it'd be interesting. It'll make me feel probably a little bit more accomplished. That rhymed. Well, not today's version. Because there's only so many versions of different clothing options. I just watched this video, I'll link it in the bio, or not the bio, the caption, that's what it's called, about how all clothes are starting to look the same because there's only so much that you can do with a block pattern of a shirt or pants. There's only so much interest that you can do, that you can add, because there's more options for things you can buy in terms of clothing than there are people on this earth. So, yeah. What else is there?